Trial time.
The time for unparalleled hedonism has come to an end!
What? Oh, come on. Alright, I really need to fix this controller, guys. I don't understand.
Come! Now is the time to fight the decisive battle! The hostility of fresh blood, the insanity of a contest of wits! The class trial is finally raising its curtain! So meet up in front of Monokuma Rock! Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon!
Now then.
Looks like it's time. I guess the investigation is over. So, it's finally starting. The class trial where our hopes and the killer's hope will finally clash. But it's alright. Either way, hope will win in the end.
Alright.
Now then, let's go prove it. What is he so excited about? There's no reason to respond to a guy like that. Anyway, we should start heading over. At the trial field where Monokuma is waiting. I have to make my case there.
There is no escape.
We have no choice but to press forward. Now then, let us go. As we talked amongst ourselves, we left the beach house and Mahiru's body. Alright, and so we need to go to Monokuma Rock. Where is it? On the opposite end of the island. Snakimi? Snakimi doesn't make a lot of mess. I'm concerned. Maybe it's just because I'm not walking enough. Teleporting everywhere. Aha! Monokuma Rock. No, let me go! Help me! He's gonna do something crazy to me! I'll be ruined! Hey, shut up and stay put, you stubborn little Lolita! Hey, stop harassing little girls! What is going on? Hiyoko was trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. But Hiyoko's still trying to run away, so Monokuma's trying to wrap her in a full Nelson. Hey, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna make you a part of this island's food chain. Jeez, making me waste my sweet-ass time. But there's another problem to deal with besides this one. Where the heck is Fuyuhiko? That guy, he totally ditched my appointment. He pisses me off. Ah! What? Ah! His anger changed his form. I'm right here. Aha! Fuyuhiko, you came. I was worried about you. There's nowhere for me to run anyway, so no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still, I'm a Yakuza. Accepting defeat is not an option. Fuyuhiko, what does that mean? Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good.
Anyway...
Looks like everyone's here, so, let us depart now.
See ya later!
I'll go first and be one step ahead of you guys.
This is bad.
Crap, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
Like,
Do you even have to prepare?
Show some spirit!
If you don't have enough power, harness your latent energy. Come on, bring out that energy.
This, too,
So it
must be
begins,
the will
the
of
beginning of
causality.
the end. Now then, let's keep our spirits high so we can one day find that shining hope. That's right. I can only... Moving forward is the only option. Into Monokuma Rock. Roar!
you're so evil!
No matter matter how many times I see it, it's such bad taste. The worst, most lowest brutal taste. Somehow, I moved my muscles, stiff from fear and nerves, and awkwardly walked onto the escalator. For some reason, my breathing was short, and I was eventually struck by a feeling similar to dizziness. The moment all of us were inside Monokuma Rock, a rumbling sound filled the room, and the surrounding space began to fall. As it shook with a clatter, the elevator we were inside continued to drop. Throughout that drop, I was fluctuating between feeling hope and despair, as if my heart was a rotten fruit, swelling in the sun before it finally goes squish. I suddenly stopped breathing. My consciousness began to fade from the pressure. I tried to endure that pressure firmly by standing on my legs, and after a while the elevator's vibrations gradually weakened. And then it stopped altogether. Aim! Defeat the boring routine!
So,
I've decided to start redecorating. How's it look? Mr. Monokuma's redecoration is awesome, isn't it?
impossible!
It's not like I'd allow you to think otherwise anyway.
That is...
To go to the trouble of doing something this elaborate. Really, what is your true intention?
No.
Nothing really. Essentially, this killing game is just to kill time anyway. Kill time? To break away from my purpose. That alone is my purpose.
Lie.
A purpose is only gonna be a weakness. Those who have purpose are always the weakest ones in the bunch. That's why you guys should forget about such cheap-ass purposes like trying to survive. And enjoy the class trial from the bottom of your hearts! It's starting. The class trial is starting. Mahiru Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. Most importantly, she was always straightforward. The person that killed her is among us? I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, but... Regardless, we need to find the answer. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Because it's the only way. Aside from finding out who the killer is, there is no other way for us to survive. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair has begun. Yes, I would like to save. Alright, do I have any skills? No, I'm useless. Class trial, all rise!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
No, let's not, please.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters, In a video game?
Nekomaru's nightmare!
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
The characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl E, and Boy F. And the high school girl who got killed at the beginning. By using the staff roll after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. The identity of Girl A, it's probably Mikan.
I see! Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Sorry, I want to see if I can turn the volume of the music down in relation to the text slightly. It seems really loud. I'm going to turn the background music down a little bit. Did that change it? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just feel like the background music is always way louder in trial than it needs to be.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy. A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
My, how the turntables.
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
There's your summary of the character.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Have you met yourself?
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C, huh? Her personality was hyper, energetic, and unique. So that's gotta be Ibuki.
I see! Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl C? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Okay.
Let's move on to Girl D.
Girl D, huh? There's only one person who always had a camera with them. That would be Mahiro.
Girl D is Mahiro, the victim in this case. Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
Guy F. That would be Fuyuhiko.
I see! Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
Huh. I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu? Another person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason Fuyuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice. It's true I have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice, it's probably because he had a little sister.
With this. In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice. By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
It's gonna have an aneurysm. I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The only character in the game I could see being Fuyuhiko's little sister is the high school girl who died in the beginning.
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of. Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the movie.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago.
Okay, then.
I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh?
Fuyuhiko thinks he can rage reality into his own version.
Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
You say as you stick out your 30-foot-long tongue past your very sharp shark teeth.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
What?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Chiaki lets Ibuki down easy.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
The heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
And he also has a strange rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in.
Why are you playing along with
Why
him?
did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
The reason Girl E was killed, I should be able to assume based on the contents of the game. Because Girl E was the killer.
Let's see.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Does this line up with the position of the music hall in the first game, assuming this was at Hope's Peak Academy? Because I don't think the music room was arranged in a hallway like this. I feel like it was at the end of a hallway with one door on the what would be the far left of this map, but it would have been arranged with like the map of the music room tilted 90 degrees clockwise, so that the entrance is at whatever. Nobody cares.
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who was waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess I need to clear that up first. I was wondering when we were gonna get to one of these. Alright, I'm gonna say broken vase photo is probably the first one.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
I think actually what I need is the
At the entrance hall, the girls...
there's another room next door to that one.
Heard the sound of the window shattering.
Oh wait, hang on. Oh, wrong button. Oh, crap.
And wait in front of the music room.
She probably used a hidden passageway. Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
Shut up. I missed it. I think I need to have the broken vase
After she killed the first victim in the music room.
Oops.
What did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music
I'm hitting all the wrong buttons.
and escaped out.
So how did Girl E to the front of the music? To go back to the, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Oops. Ah, I'm just screwing this all up. I got excited. Yes, I know. I got overexcited. I thought I got it.
What did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So how did Girl E to the front of the music? To go back to the, you need to go through. Plus, at the entrance, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
There we go. Good
No,
grief.
that's wrong.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the four girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the four girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room.
What?
All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the four girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the four of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
Oh, okay, I'm getting this logic now.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you've gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit.
Why is this your defining character trait?
Which means I'll feel disgusting.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. If we're told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear, then I have to do it. I'll do it! What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? Oh my gosh, I just noticed that the X crossing out Terra is a knife and a fork. Oh, that's great. Now then, there's something I need to tell you regarding the white noise in the non-stop debates. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't always destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip every time you shoot it with the silencer, but unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not be replenished. By the way, this won't happen if your difficulty is set to gentle, blah blah blah. It appears the debate is getting tougher, so I've obtained some useful information. I heard there's a guy named Gun something. Apparently he has a skill that can increase the power of the silencer. Gun something. I wonder who it is. Well, Gundam... I've already started a friendship with Gundam, so that could work if I just finish that up. So I could learn his skill and blow white noise away, I guess. Does it really seem like it's going to be that annoying? Let's leave Broken Fish Tank.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
So I could...
Then the piano.
What?
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
Okay, let's see.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
What do we have?
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
Alright, hang on, I gotta look through my truth bullets. So we've got... Killer's Escape Route. Broken Fish Tank. Stolen School Swimsuit. Oh, hang on, what's the crime scene photo?
A weapon inside...
I didn't look at that one. Oh. This is a tough one.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
Let's try agreeing with Sony. Nope.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
This one's puzzling.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
Why with the swimsuit?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
But none of these things
Was there
have
a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
I'm really stumped.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Can't have been broken glass. 'Cause it
Isn't
needs
the
to be
cause
a-
of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even big?
The investigation conducts.
It's on that big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
What if I... That was not supposed to work. I don't even understand how that worked. She beat her with gravel because of a swimsuit.
The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
I'm glad you know what's going on, Hajime.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
I like Ibuki.
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
Cat? What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit.
Oh, man, this is such a leap. I would have never figured this out if I was using logic.
If you tie the
Guessing
swimsuit
randomly
like a
was
bag
the
and
only
stuff it full of
option.
gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
Hey, stay in your game.
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone.
Actually, it would be a lot of stones because gravel...
To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
Sorry, controller. I gotta get this replaced.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back. I somewhat understand that feeling.
Mikan?
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
Girl E's killer? Right now, the only person I can think of is that guy. That would be Guy F.
I see!
It should have been Guy F.
That's right, he used red
A
font.
scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it? That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
That is, I'm terribly sorry, but
They don't remember. It's obvious, because their school memories were, like, totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
Why would they be unrelated? No, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared point with Girlie and Mahiru's murder. And that would be the metal bat.
I can prove it with this. I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. But don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What did he...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
The pint-sized slasher!
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna bring up the footprints as our first option here.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hyoko?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
I don't want to disprove that, but I agree with it. I do disagree with this idea that you didn't go to the beach house, though.
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hiyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are. Don't decide that based on ugliness!
Poor Mikan.
They're not Hiyoko's footprints? That's strange. The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house, which means when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different entrance.
A different entrance? Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was in?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left.
Which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hiyoko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
Oh, sure you do.
So you finally decided to confess.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of that daily routine before.
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
Akane?
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass. She's obviously lying.
Huh? It It's a lie?
People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves.
That's not even remotely based in fact.
If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Alright, well, let's shut you up. Let's say the letter on Mahiru.
I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
No, that's
True.
wrong.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier. Is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sayonji.
That letter! It's the one Mahiro had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is that letter? I'm serious, I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Huh?
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
I see. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward, I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed Hiyoko.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously? I don't know! I didn't even write that letter! I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
I really don't believe you!
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others...
Although if she did write a letter with the intention of getting her there to kill her, why would she sign it?
And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that, too.
The only place I can think where Hiyoko was hiding is probably that place, right? I'm gonna guess the closet, because that's where we found gummy candy.
Here! The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never
Are you
eaten
serious?
something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her